Alright, a very good morning to you out there. This is 32 FM 94.9. It's the morning of the 16th of May 2026, and it's time to bring you the major headlines out of the papers this morning. I am Kenny Durutsilu. I have the pages of the Premium Times, the Punch newspaper, the Daily Post, the Daily Trust, the Vanguard, and the Guardian newspaper. We'll start off from the Guardian newspaper. Some of the headlines here. Second term, Tinubu vows more reforms. Twists and turns in Nigeria's 18-year digital switchover journey. Why Africa must harness cocoa, chocolates, global market expansion. It's a lie to blame insecurity in Nigeria on foreign terrorists. Governor Rada dissecting NECO's 25 years of persistence in exams transformation. NISO rolls out new directives to foster grid stability. How OK movement is reshaping political dynamics of Southeast states. Taking headlines from the Premium Times, resource curse. The only school in this Akwa Ibom oil community lies in ruins. It's a piece there out of the Premium Times. S&P upgrades Nigeria's credit rating. Federal government reacts. 100 students, teachers hospitalized in Ogun following exposure to chemical odor. Gunmen abduct pupils, teachers in coordinated attacks on Oyo schools. Terrorists kidnap students from Borno school. Analysis: has the Africa Forward Summit repaired France's relationship with Africa? NJC suspends 2 judges, rejects 8 others' appeals, recommends 12 new appeal court justices. Tinubu arrives Lagos after 3-nation visit. Nigeria's Anglican leader preaches hope and severe economic hardship amid severe economic hardship and security. 2027, Atiku's opponent in ADC outlines plans to reduce poverty if elected. Niger Delta groups demand audit of abandoned oil wells. Sterling Financial Holdings posts 75% jump in annual profit. WHO raises alarm over aggressive marketing of nicotine pouches to youth. TCN inaugurates 330 kilo voltage transmission lines in Edo to boost power supply. EFCC arraigns banking managing director for 19 million naira, $30,000 frauds. How was denied entry into South Africa? BUA chair. NEMA website hacked. Police arrest suspected kidnapper in Abia. Alright, over to the Punch newspaper. Terrorists strike 3 Oyo schools is the major one out of that paper. Nigerian-born politician elected UK party's leader. Influencer Blessing Theo remanded over 36 million naira fraud. Inflation hits 15.69% as food transport costs surge. NJC suspends 2 judges, recommends elevation of 12. TCN reports 40 vandalism cases in 5 months. Popular TV host and strange wife spill dirty extramarital secrets. It's on the entertainment page of the Punch newspaper this morning. I studied for 8 hours daily to score 372. UTME candidate. Oh yeah. That's from the weekend starter of the Punch. Kidnappers killed 18 victims during my 9 months in captivity. Bisman. Hospital raid. EFCC bows after backlash over rights abuse. Teacher killed, pupils, staff abducted as gunmen attack schools in Oyo. Some politics out of the Punch newspaper. All 22 political parties submit membership registers to INEC. I'll designate bandits, kidnappers as terrorists if elected president. Hayatuddin. Adamawa APC screens 115 aspirants for assembly primaries. Adeleke doing well, but I'll do better. Osun PRP governorship candidate. 2027 ex-INEC commissioner emerges as Yobe ADC governorship consensus candidate. Adamawa APC rep aspirants reject consensus, demand primaries. PDP clears chieftain for Plateau governorship primaries. Ishekiri's set to endorse Tinubu Borewuri in rally. I nearly lost chief of staff position because of Desmond Elliott. Gbajabiamila. From the Daily Post newspaper, Uganda confirms Ebola outbreak as disease claims scores in Congo. Nigeria grants 30-day visa exemption for Rwandan nationals. EFCC orders probe into alleged assault of UUTH professor. Nigerian government signs MOUs contracts for 8 major road projects nationwide. Other stories from the Daily Post. 2027, 22 political parties submit membership registers to INEC. Amechi 2027 presidential posters surface across Bauchi streets. 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐿 dumped ADC to test their popularity. Tambuwal. No cracks in ADC. Tambuwal on withdrawal from Sokoto senatorial election. 2027 ex-APC Guba aspirant Bion picks nomination forms in Labour Party, endorses Tinubu for president. 2027 APC constitutes National Assembly primary election appeal committees. Alright, other stories from the Daily Post. NCC, others rank among Nigeria's best performing public institutions. NSCDC decries rising illegal mining, warns perpetrators to desist. Kakran urges protection of cattle routes, revival of grazing reserves nationwide. Bauchi Wash stakeholders propose tax on companies to boost water sanitation funding. Gombe University probes discovery of day-old baby in female hostel. Police arrest 10 suspected bandits in Kaduna, uncover illegal arms network. Ijebu-Ode gas leakage, police call for calm, say situation is under control. Oyo school abduction, gunmen kill teacher, motorcyclist set vehicle ablaze. Police boss drug syndicate in Kano sees 879 parcels of cannabis. Police boss child trafficking syndicate recover stolen newborn in 𝐂𝐈𝐒. From the Daily Trust newspaper, as consensus flops, APC opts for direct primaries. Questions over Warri Port Harcourt refineries contracts. High cost of tests, consultations shuts out patients from hospitals. No AFCON, no World Cup for Golden Eaglets. NMA, Akwa Ibom and EFCC's Gragra. Northern leaders reclaim your children. It's a piece there. Another one from the Daily Post. This is also a piece from the Daily Trust, I beg your pardon. The power of conscience. Party primaries are shutting women out of leadership. "27 years after, meets longest-serving lawmakers at the National Assembly. El-Rufai's family accuses ICPC of restricting medical food access. Federal government approves 30-day visa-free entry for Rwandans. Tinubu to Nigerians, you must pay taxes if you want development. From the Vanguard newspaper, Dangote Petroleum Refinery sues federal government over fuel import licenses. 2027 presidency, INEC absent as court defers hearing in case against Jonathan. Alleged 36 million naira fraud, Blessing CEO arraigned, remanded in EFCC custody. Consensus or coronation, the new conspiracy against party democracy by 𝐒𝐈𝐒 Zinken. Of leadership and apprenticeship by Muyiwa Adetiba. OK must be OK by Maker Obasi. I believe editorial pieces there out of the Vanguard newspaper. Some politics stories. Amaechi's presidential campaign posters flood Bauchi. 2027 presidency, INEC absent as court defers hearing in case against Jonathan. Release El-Rufai before Salah. Atiku tells Tinubu Uba Sani. Video, I almost lost my job because of Desmond Elliott. Biamila. We'll delve into the analysis of the headlines now. I have Dr. Waheed Busari joining me virtually this morning for the analysis. It's great to have you join us, sir. Good morning. Hello, Doctor. Are you there? Okay, looks like we've lost the connection to Dr. Waheed, but we'll try and reestablish that. Hello, sir. Good morning. Hello, doctor. Okay, it looks like some issues there. I believe we have Doctor on the line now. Good morning, sir. It's great to have you join us. Okay, we'll have to take a look at some of the stories while we try to establish connection with Dr. Waheed Busari for the analysis. We'll take some of the details to the stories this morning. Of course, the major one here coming out of Oyo State, and a bunch of other stories as well. Okay, from the Punch newspaper, this one says terrorists strike 3 Oyo schools. The details, there was panic in Oyo State on Friday following a coordinated attack on 3 schools in Orire local government area as armed terrorists killed an assistant headmaster, abducted many pupils and teachers, and threw entire communities into chaos. The affected schools were Baptist Primary and Nursery School, Community Grammar School, and LA Primary School. Residents described the attack as one of the most daring assaults on school communities in recent times, with gunmen reportedly operating in broad daylight and moving freely between locations without resistance. The incident, which occurred in the early hours of Friday, left parents and teachers and residents in distress as security operatives launched a manhunt for the kidnappers. I believe we have Dr. Busari with us now. Good morning, Doctor. Can you hear me? Hello, sir. All right, we have Doctor with us now, finally. Hello, Doctor. It's great to have you join us this morning. Okay. It looks like something wrong with the connection. We'll try some other method to get across to Doctor this morning. There's a story here from the Daily Post. Nigeria grants 30-day visa exemption for Rwandan nationals. The Nigerian Immigration Service has announced a 30-day visa exemption for Rwandan nationals. This directive followed the announcement by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the Africa CEO Forum in Kigali, Rwanda. Doctor, are you there?
Yeah, with you.
All right, finally. It's great to have you join us this morning, sir.
It's my pleasure. Good morning.
All right, Doctor, of course, the main one coming out of Oyo State this morning, the headline from the Punch newspaper: teacher killed, excuse me, pupils, staff abducted as gunmen attack schools in Oyo. What have you made of that particular news, Doctor? Residents reportedly complain about slow security response from the authorities. Why do many communities, why does it seem like they are abandoned during attacks? And of course, Oyo State, it looks like insecurity is at our doorstep now.
It's unfortunate the incident that happened yesterday is not expected. But the bottom line is that when we are faced with a situation of this nature, we seem to be caught unawares because no one probably knows the intent of someone who is planning evil. The teacher that lost his life, our heart goes to his family, and we can only hope that the police, particularly who sincerely have been on the trace of those criminals, were able to bring them to justice and then rescue the school principal and the student that were kidnapped. When we talk about the response rate, the bottom line is those who perpetrate this evil act are always on the lookout for the places that are soft targets on government areas. When you look, there was a time I was discussing with someone. I said, between when you leave 𝐒𝐑 and you are going towards 𝐒𝐶,
Right.
between 𝐒𝐑 and 𝐒𝐶, where do you find the police station? Nowhere. All you find is probably 1 or 2 checkpoints along the way. So if something happens, before you can make a response, particularly when it comes to the issue of communication, it takes time. So we may not, some of the time, put our blame on our security then. Because when they get information that they respond, I read yesterday that the Commissioner of Police is one leading the rescue team. So it moves from Ibadan to Ogbomoso. But we expect that between that time, those closer to the place will have formed into action. But before the information will get to them, it may take time, as only when they do that they respond. So in some of the cases, we may not actually blame them that their response rate is slow or was slow, because it's at the time they get information. Unless, of course, they have a premonition or a pre-knowledge of the incident, or probably a security team is closer to the scene of the incident at the time it happens. Then you can talk about response rate. Here, we have not taken much advantage of technology. How many places do we have security camera installed? If you have, probably major cities. So we should begin to, direct our attention to the areas that are not governed, and then use technology, to assist us in, policing those areas. Otherwise, there's nothing anybody can do when things like this happen. We can only respond, and our response may be considered to be late.
Doctor, what do you make of this attack being coordinated? We hear that this happened almost simultaneously here. Is there anything the security authorities could have done, seeing what's been going on across the country, in other parts of the country, in the northeast and what have you? Is there something that they could have done, seeing as this, was so coordinated? Were they prepared for this?
Those who perpetrated it actually planned it. And when they were planning, they won't carry anybody along, knowing full well that what they were, planning was criminal. So they will do it under the covers of darkness, and no one will get to know about it. I've said it. The only way we can be prepared is when we take advantage of technology. Otherwise, police cannot be everywhere. We must be sincere with ourselves. And policing cannot be 24 hours unless if you are relying on manual policing, that is, you are using men. You can't do it 24 hours. You can only do it where you have placed within the radius that you have placed security men at a point in time. But it can't be everywhere. The only way it can be everywhere is when you have CCTV cameras installed all over and they are functional and manned. That's the only way you can say you are providing 24-hour security. Or there's no way you can know. Even when you provide the CCTV camera, it can only give you a report when it is happening, not before it happens. The only thing it could help you in your response rate. Otherwise, I'm not sure anywhere in the world where you provide 24-hour security, rely on manual approach, unless you bring in technology.
Doctor, does this incident bring home the reality that insecurity, no one is insulated from insecurity now, seeing as it is here, just at our doorstep?
It has always been with us. Insecurity has always been with everybody. The only thing is that you don't know when it's going to be your turn. Because those who plan criminal activities, they know why they do it. And where they can only, actionalize what they have planned is where they will go to. No criminal will plan to do any criminal activity in Ibadan and begin to say he wants to go to Zungeru, unless what he's planning there has to do with Zungeru. So since security has always been with us, the only thing is whose time is next. That's what we don't know. And at this time, those who do it, we wouldn't know unless they are caught. We wouldn't know why they are doing it. People have several reasons why they are into it. It was that along that axis that these guys were killed some months ago. So we may look around that area because of the stretch of forest that we have along that axis. There have been, other criminal activities that have happened before now. The only thing is, we hear when it happens. We don't get to get reports whether people were caught, whether we are still, going after them, or whether we have given up. So that is the issue. If we know, if we are briefed constantly that these are things that are going on, then we will know that we're on top of it. If something has happened, we are not sleeping over it until we're able to apprehend the criminals. But if you do a periodic search and you go back, what it means that you have, energized those who perpetrated the act for them to plan another one again. Right. We know when there's a nexus between those that did yesterday and those that hit those gaps. We won't know until we're able to probably do a diligent investigation and then bring whoever is behind it to justice.
Doctor, I'd like you to speak on the long-term effect this will have on parents, children, and education as a whole in the affected communities, and of course Oyo as a whole.
It's not only the affected community. It's going to be everywhere because you won't know, like I said, who is next and where is going to be next. So everybody will have to be apprehensive, everybody will have to be on guard. But I just hope that, intelligence gathering will help us in this instance. These areas, no one will tell us absolutely that we do not know one or two of these people, or we are not aware of their activity. Our fear is that, if you volunteer information, you may not be safe. I remember last year or 2 years ago, about 80 or so men were killed somewhere in Borno State. And the reason was that those criminals said that they were the ones that gave out information about them to security agents. So that is the fear. People are afraid that, if I volunteer information, am I safe? So we need to give assurance to ourselves, because wouldn't know, even you as a security, we don't know whether your family is going to be next. So it's good for us when we are giving information that we treat you with utmost secrecy that is required, and you give protection to whoever has given you information. So we cannot say that we don't know that these people around us. It's not possible. One person will know. No. But the fear is, if I disclose, am I secured? Am I safe? So that's the fear. When you can give that assurance, perhaps we may be able to bring low, to the barest minimum the activities of these people.
All right, sir. Over the next couple of days, what do you think is the best action plan? What would you like to see from government in response to this?
No, I remember that when the governor was presenting the 2026 appropriation bill, he did mention that Oyo State was going to procure aircraft for security purpose. I wouldn't know whether those aircrafts have been procured. If they've been procured, this is the time you can put them to the use. Because in the stretch of that forest where those people have gone into, you can't say you want to do a food search, because it's not going to be possible that place will be more tolerable. This time when you expected that drones should be deployed. I mean, that's why I said we need technology if you want to fight this criminal element, because where they are, they know the terrain. And it may be difficult for us to be able to have immediate access to them. But when you deploy technology, that will help. So I expect that if we have procured those aircraft, this time we put them to use. If we have not, we can call for assistance from the police. So they bring in their own technology to help us in tracing and apprehending these people. If we do not apprehend them, we are energizing those who have intent to do same. While you are encouraging those who have perpetrated this attack, they will be celebrating. We know what they do. They may begin to call for ransom from the families of those that have kidnapped. But we need to put a stop to it.
All right, we'll take this one. Tinubu to Nigerians: you must pay taxes if you want development. It's out of the Daily Trust. President Bola Tinubu has called on Nigerians to see tax payment as a civic obligation necessary for national development. Tinubu spoke on Friday at the Africa CEO Forum in Kigali. Doctor, government's position here is taxes are necessary for development, of course. But many Nigerians will respond that we're already suffering enough. Where are the results from the existing taxes and revenues that government has had?
To start with, it is a civic responsibility. In fact, the one that is criminal if you do not do when you pay tax. But how do we get people to voluntarily pay tax? The one way, if you intend to be a landlord, you must first source for fund, build a house before you can let it out. So you cannot collect rent from your tenant while you have not provided the building is going to pay for. So I expect that government should encourage us. Number one, we have several cases of corruption that have to do with embezzlement of tax payments. So, to what extent are we, putting this a lid on leakages? Number two is what with those who have paid, those of us who are paid, who are still paying, are we seeing the value for the money we have paid, for the tax that we have paid? We need to know that. Number three is government should go out and then provide those infrastructure, those facilities that will make us to say, oh, government is, spending our money judiciously. And the only way we can encourage government to continue to do that for us is for us to pay tax. That is important. Then again, we need to bring in mechanism that will make payment inclusive. Those who are paying for now are those who are, getting monthly salary. Others who are probably in the informal sector, how many of them are paying? How many people have been captured? So these are things that government needs to do. Everybody knows that you have to pay tax. In Yoruba parlance, they will tell you it is compulsory for you to pay tax, as it is necessary for you to cover yourself when you are sleeping. So we know, but on the part of government needs to do a lot to encourage. When you have done the encouraging, you cannot bring in the sanction for those who are recalcitrant. But in the first instance, you must well do your own bit of the bargain. Then before you can expect the citizen to complement all that.
Are the results visible, Doctor? Are we seeing, like you said, the infrastructure and everything that would encourage Nigerians to pay tax from this government, that is?
It's not only from this government, it's across board, both state government and what have you. I remember maybe during the first term of Governor 𝐂𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐄𝐍𝐂, they were taking POS to marketplaces, asking people to pay. I don't know whether they are doing that again. That's why I said the government needs to put in mechanism that will let people see they need to pay this thing. And the only way you can do that willingly and is that when you see that government is working. And the only way you can know government is working is when you provide those things that people need. It's a relationship that is not one-sided. It's a symbiotic relationship.
All right, I'll take another headline. Dangote Refinery drags Nigerian government to court over fresh petrol import licenses. The Dangote Refinery has reportedly taken the Nigerian government to court over the issuance of fresh petrol import licenses to oil marketers. According to reports, the refinery is challenging decisions by regulators to continue approving large-scale petrol imports despite the refinery's local production capacity. Doctor, the issue here, Dangote is saying that if Nigeria now has major local refining capacity, why does it keep importing fuel massively? But importers and some marketers will fear that if imports reduce too quickly, one refinery might dominate the market. Should we still be importing fuel heavily if local refining capacity now exists as it stands?
In the first place, we do not have local refining capacity. If we are going to have that, then we're going to have refineries owned by NNPC working. Refinery that belongs to Dangote belongs to a private individual, a private investor who is into business to make profit. Basic.
So that doesn't count as local refining capacity.
Refinery hub because of Nigeria. He set it up because of business purpose. The only advantage is that it's located within the space of Nigeria. Mind you, where that refinery is located is called a free trade zone, which means it does not belong to Nigeria in the real sense of the word. So, but we have taken advantage that is closer to us. But I wouldn't know whether government signed an MOU with Dangote that was not going to import. I wouldn't know that. If there is an MOU between them and government is violating that MOU, is free to pursue, the agreement that it has with the federal government. But if there was no MOU, this is business.
Hello, doctor. Oh dear, looks like
He's doing business. Are you with me?
Hello, doctor. Please go ahead. Continue your statement. You said it's business.
Yeah.
Are you done?
Well,
Okay. Looks like we're having.
Alpha.
Hello, doctor.
I'm with you.
Hello, sir. We had some network. I think the network issue was there. Can you just go back a bit, to what you said? The last thing you said was it being about business. Can you continue from there and wrap up?
Okay. So what Dangote is doing business, if Nigeria is doing business. So if Nigeria want to issue license to investors to establish private refinery, was it going to stop us? It cannot, because it's a free market where everybody comes in and do whatever that works for it. If there was no MOU between Dangote and Nigeria, that Nigeria was not going to issue import license to anybody, then you can go to court and push that. But if there was no agreement, it cannot stop Nigeria. What if its refinery is not working? So what do we do? So I mean, we need to be very, very less emotional about this issue. This is pure business. So if there was an MOU, no problem with it, can go to court. But since it's in court, let's see how far that will go.
All right. Desmond Elliott apologizes to Gbajabiamila, recalls political ties. It's the headline. Lagos lawmaker and actor Desmond Elliott publicly apologized to Femi Gbajabiamila over political tensions linked to the Lagos Assembly crisis. The apology follows comments by Gbajabiamila that he almost lost his position as chief of staff because of intelligence reports allegedly linking Elliott to the Lagos State House of Assembly leadership crisis involving Speaker Mudashiru Obasa. Doctor, what did you make of this particular story when it broke? There was a video about it of the chief of staff making this statement that trended as well.
I think it's an interesting issue. I will take it from the Nollywood approach. That probably we are watching a seasonal film. Wow. Desmond Elliott has been in the assembly for 12 years. He should give a report to his constituency what he has done within those 12 years to lift his constituency. If he's able to do that, then that is number one. Number two is, it's not a birthright that you must. I've said it, I will repeat it again. It is your right to contest for elective office, but it's not a right for you to win. It's a privilege. It's a choice by the people. So within his political enclave, if they say Otoge for him, it's between him and them. It's not our business. We wouldn't know how he got to get to the assembly, and he's been there for 12 years. What has he done to bring himself closer to the people so that people can rise under this kind of circumstance? No, we still want him. But if you are far away from your people and you want to bring in, sentiment, it may not work. Emotion doesn't work in this instance. In between them, they know the way they do their things. So if it's not favoring him this time around, it's as favoring him for 12 years. So if not favoring him for now, he should just go back home, go and have time with his family, probably go and strategize. And if he wants to leave APC and go to another platform like everybody has been doing, he's free to do that.
All right, we have to take some commercials now. When we come back, we'll take a look at some other stories. Also open the phone lines to have your reactions on the paper's review this morning. To stay with us.
Feel better about your life.
32 FM, 94.9, the antidote to depression. Stay tuned to 32 FM.
Even in Nigeria, that hot pounded yam and soup can't wait because a penalty is about to be taken. Deadlines, emails, and presentations can't wait. Even if the match goes into extra time, we are watching. Sleep can't wait. The FIFA World Cup 2026 starts June 11th to July 19th. All 104 games, pigeon commentary, and 4 dedicated channels. Yes, everything can wait. Enjoy the FIFA World Cup live on SuperSport for as low as 6,000 naira per month. Only on DSTV.
Èmi ọmọ yín náà ni o Jolly Johnny mo wà níta báyìí láti lè mọ bí àwọn èèyàn ṣe ṣèdámọ̀ Maggi chicken flavour sí ó yá ẹ sí pẹ́ẹ́lí celery.
SELERIE salary.
Bọ̀dá mi ẹ sì fẹ́ sọ sí pẹ́ẹ́lì náà di salary. Ó yá lópin ìgbìyànjú ẹ sí pẹ́ẹ́lì turmeric.
TURMERIC turmeric.
Ẹ káre pálí ohun ìsebẹ̀ Maggi chicken flavour kan fún yín.
Ohun ìsebẹ̀ Maggi chicken flavour pẹ̀lú èròjà àlùbọ́sà celery àti ataalẹ̀ pupa olùyípadà ayọ̀.
When I'm hungry and I need a quick meal, something crunchy, creamy and tasty. 𝐃𝐈𝐒 mix is just all I need. 𝐃𝐈𝐒 mix just the way I like it. Curry, creamer and sugar.
3-in-1 Gary Mix. Just add water and enjoy.
Gary Mix.
I'm in love, oh. Sonia tomato sachet. Yes, it's true. I love Sonia tomato sachet. The color is so red, so thick, so tasty. When I use it for my stew, jollof or spaghetti, the color shines brighter and food becomes tastier. Sonia tomato sachet makes meals delicious.
Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste it and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Yes.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo 3-in-1 milky and creamy for you. It's so milky. I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids Milo 3-in-1, milky and creamy. It's truly milky. It contains calcium to help your champ win every day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo. Ọ̀rọ̀ kan gbé mi lọ́kàn sẹ́ o. Nǹkan fẹ́ yí padà. Ọ̀nà tuntun wà níwájú wa. Bóyá náà ẹsẹ̀ lẹ̀. Wá ọ̀nà tirẹ̀ tó ló ṣeé ṣe. Nǹkan fẹ́ yí padà. Hero Hunter ti dé fún ọ o. Bóyá lọ ra Hero Hunter bike. Àfihàn lọ́kàn balẹ̀ o. Hero Hunter bike. Kò dẹ̀ ní jẹ́ po rárá. Hero Hunter bike. Ó dẹ̀ lè sáré gidi gan-an.
Má fowó rẹ ṣòfò. Má fowó rẹ ṣòfò pẹ̀lú Hero Hunter Bike Kickstart Alloy tuntun tí a ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ṣe. Ó ti wà báyìí lọ́dọ̀ àwọn oníṣòwò wa tí ó súnmọ́. Rìn jìnnà ná owó díẹ̀. Fún àlàyé sí kàn sí wa lórí ẹ̀rọ yìí 0800-800-8080.
With love from Power Oil, from sizzling pans to winning plates, MasterChef Nigeria is here. Watch as Nigeria's finest home cooks battle it out. Don't miss this moment. Watch now every Sunday at 7 p.m. on DSTV channel 151 and 154. Power Oil, headline sponsor of MasterChef Nigeria.
Power oil, hey, Power oil.
èmi ọmọ yín náà ni o Jolly Johnny mo wà níta báyìí láti lè mọ bí àwọn èèyàn ṣe ṣèdámọ̀ Maggi chicken flavour sí ọ̀yá ẹ̀sìn pẹ́ẹ́lí celery.
S-E-L-A-R-R-I-E salary.
Bọ̀dá mi ẹ̀sìn fẹ́ sọ sí pẹ́ẹ́lí náà di salary. Ọ̀yá lọ́kùn ìgbìyànjú ẹ̀sìn pẹ́ẹ́lí turmeric.
T-U-R-M-E-R-I-C turmeric.
ẹ káre pálí ohun ìsebẹ̀ Maggi chicken flavour kan fún yín.
Ohun ìsebẹ̀ Maggi chicken flavour pẹ̀lú èròjà àlùbọ́sà celery àti ataalẹ̀ pupa olùyípadà ayọ̀.
Bébí bá pa mí tí mo nílò oúnjẹ ní kíákíá. Ohun tó fẹ́ tó ní wàrà tó tún ládùn o. Kivo Gary Mix ni mo nílò.
Kivo Gary Mix gẹ́lẹ́ bí mo ṣe fẹ́ sí àríkìrí máa àti ṣúgà. Gẹ́lẹ́ bí mo ṣe fẹ́ sí Kivo Gary Mix.
Gàrí mímú di rọrùn. Kẹ̀gbádùn nílé ìwé nínú ilé àti ibi iṣẹ́.
Gàrí Kivo 3-in-1. Omi nìkan ló kù kó fi kún.
Kivo Gary Mix.
Here for the weekend.
Party in here. 94.9. 32 FM.
Alright, it's a Papers Review 32 FM 94.9. If you're just joining us, we're still taking a look at the analysis of the headlines. We'll open the phone lines in a bit. I have Dr. Waheed Busari still with me virtually. Doctor, I'd like you to react to this story. 2027 𝐒𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐋𝐀 submit ADC presidential forms. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and former Rivers Governor Rotimi Amechi have officially submitted their presidential nomination forms under the ADC ahead of 2027. The ADC now having multiple heavyweight figures vying for its presidential ticket. Is that a sign of strength, in your opinion, Doctor? Hello, Doctor, are you there? Hello?
Sign of strength. It is a sign that ADC have people who are aspiring to fly the flag of the party for one office or the other, particularly the presidential office. So that's an indication. You remember when Obi and the 𝐾𝐈𝐒 left, there was a statement credited to the party that they didn't feel the exit of Obi and 𝐾𝐈𝐒.
Right.
So by people now coming out to obtain nomination forms, that is saying that these people they've left, of course, but we still have people within the party who can fly the flag. That's what it says. The strength of the party will be determined probably by the way it conducts its primary in nominating different candidates for all the offices that these members will be contesting for.
All right, we open the phone lines now. 0809 7949 0906 200949. Let's have your thoughts on the stories this morning. We're also live on 32FM 949 or 32FM 949 Ibadan on Facebook. You can drop us a comment via those platforms as well. We'll take this call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, I lost that one. Try and call back. 0906 200949 0809 700949. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Welcome.
Yes, this is me from Odegai.
All right.
Thank you. So the news about the incident yesterday, truly sad, and my condolences to the families of those affected. And I pray that justice will prevail. Also, our security agencies should be on top of their game. They should be more proactive. And also, we citizens should contribute our quotas. If we see something, let's say something. Thank you. Good morning.
All right. Thank you very much, Miriam, for your time. 0906 200949 0809 700949. Hello, good morning.
Yes, I'm just calling from Malacca.
All right, welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you, sir. Nigeria is really facing a serious security crisis. No place feels truly safe anymore. And the government has not done enough to tackle the problem with real action. So it's high time for the state governors to take stronger and more proactive steps to fight insecurity, using every strategy available to them. Because we cannot continue losing innocent lives every day. And the federal government should also approve state police to operate without delay. They should please do the needful. This is getting too much. Good morning.
All right. Thank you very much, Ruth. Again, 0809 700949 0906 200949. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Kenny.
Good morning. Welcome.
I'm Akora from Nara. Like what the analyst said and what the scholar said, see, the insecurity in our country is total out of control. Apart from your state, I also read in Borno State also, the terrorists attacked some school, even kidnapped some students. That means the crucial school may provide temporary protection of life. However, it frequently destroys the education process and increase anxiety among the students, educators and parents, especially in the rural areas. So that means we have the state police, definitely they protect their territory. Because from what they already said that the CP leads massive police patrol to that, from Ibadan to that Gumosho, it's a long distance. If you have state police, definitely those people in that area, they will try to be proactive. So that's my own submission. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. Again, 0906 200949 0809 700949. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Welcome. Your name, please.
I'm Joseph from Challenge.
All right.
Good morning. I love the analyst. Is not the way he analyzes his analysis is educative. He's not just there to come and condemn or do this. He will explain everything. This is the way he handles the security. And what I'm advising that security is that an average human being want to see the fear is of if they are caught. These people collect ransom. Let's find a way It's somebody that gives them. Government should be involved. That at that stage, I think they should be caught. Again, see, he has mentioned the governor because the common analyst, all what they do is just better.
Please, can you just make your points? Just make your points and move on.
But by a plane and up to now, there must be information. Then there are something like that.
All right. Thank you very much.
Enough for surveillance. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Again, 0906 200949 0809 7949. Hello, good morning.
No, good morning.
Good morning, yes, please.
My name is Ade from UI.
All right.
You see, my
Ade, please switch off your radio. We're getting feedback from your end.
That is done already. You see, the problem we have now is that if these terrorists can come and be attacking us in Yoruba land, it's a shame to those who are our leaders here in Southwest. This is what are done now in Kwara. They want to relocate to Oyo. From Oyo, they are done in Ondo State. They want to capture Yoruba land. And the funniest is that Yoruba man is the president, Yoruba man is the IG. We have Yoruba governor. If the president and the IG are not protecting Yorubas, can't our governor hold meeting and mobilize a lot of local Amotekun, distribute them into bushes and be combing our bushes and all the terrorists will eliminate them. But all of them, they are spending money for election. Posterity will judge them. That's the best of today.
All right. I will take some messages on Facebook. This one from Boluwatife Demijuwon says, insecurity is gradually spreading across all the states, and now is the time for all governors to step up to their responsibilities. Whatever the Pesetas governor did before to help the state maintain peace, he should double up on it now. All we want is the continuity of peace. Take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Harrison.
All right, please go ahead.
I just want to comment your analysis. Because the way you analyze issues, it's a kind of education. Because some people, from analysis, come on, people to come and speak to you for that. They just be condemning everywhere, condemning government. You can see the last scholar condemning Yoruba president, condemning Yoruba. So I like that your analysis. Keep it up. Thank you.
All right. Let's take this one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This Prince Adifusi calling from Ampata.
All right.
Obi knew that Amechi and Alhaji Atiku Abubakar will obtain the presidential nomination fund. And he knew. That is why he left. He knew that going to election, going to primaries with likes of Amechi and Atiku Abubakar, he cannot win them. He cannot succeed because they will dollarize it. For 4 years, as usual from Atiku Alhaji Abubakar. So I just want the opposition to work together because I believe in cooperation rather than separation. That's my submission. Good morning.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. Rose Adiola on Facebook says, security is a basic duty of the government, not something to politicize or trade. State governors must wake up and take stronger action against insecurity in the state. I'll continue to urge the Oyo State governor to be more proactive as the current efforts to tackle insecurity are not enough. All right, I'll take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Kenny.
Good morning.
This is Benga Mario calling from South. I said it sometimes ago that I'm talking about in terms of insecurity. Look at those bandits when they invaded Kwara community sometimes ago, and up to now, the Kwara state have been experiencing banditry activities almost every day. Now it has gotten to Ogbomoso. After Ogbomoso we have Oyo. After Oyo we have Ibadan. May God forbid that we have such in Ibadan. What do we do now? You have been clamoring for state police. And let me tell you now, Kenny, as we speak as of today, state police cannot even contain the excess of those bandits, I'm telling you, because the thing has gone escalated. So what do we do now? We need more Amotekun, more local vigilantes to be recruited and trade those bandits. May God speak very much and God bless you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Minga. We have to go now. I'll take one message on Facebook. Samson Ademuago says, good morning. No one is safe but politicians that have more than 5 security agents securing them. And this shows federal government led by APC has failed in protecting the unarmed innocent citizens that are being killed daily by the terrorists. We have to go now. We thank Dr. Wahid Busari for the analysis on the papers review this morning. The papers review returns on Monday. That's at 6:30 a.m. My name is Kenny Durotilu. Good morning and have yourself a lovely weekend.